So Bon Jovi wants to buy the Buffalo Bills. I guess he's got a bid in. That's crazy. That's crazy money. 17 Nazis died at the end of this here fine weapon. This is my father's bayonet from World War II. And I don't know if anybody... hopefully nobody died on the end of this, but it's just kind of neat to have. It's dulled. Very dull. I'm sure it did its job when it needed to, but it's just neat having this. I think I have his compass, too. I think that's where it locks onto the blade, the gun, rather. But, yeah, as you can see, we're going old school. In tribute to retro gaming, we're going old school. And if you look back here, you'll actually see, yeah, there's an N64 sitting right there. I plan on, well, let's take a look at it. This is the one that I found recently at Goodwill in a bag. And it's just really good shape. Every part of it. I opened up this. There's extra memory in here. It's just beautiful. I just can't believe it. Such great shape. Anyway, yeah. So, my friend Sean linked a store that's in West Virginia that does retro gaming. I wish I had the time, the money to get over there and check something like that out. I've been meaning to go to West Virginia anyway. As the majority of you probably knew, I grew up in Massachusetts. I lived in Florida 2 years. I don't remember much about that. But I do remember, Massachusetts. Then we came here, and I'm thinking, Roanoke's only, maybe an hour from West Virginia? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe it's less than that. And I thought, wow, I haven't been to West Virginia. And I've lived in Virginia for 10 years this December. So I'm thinking, if we are going to move eventually, I want to see West Virginia. I want to see Asheville, North Carolina. I'd like to take the kids to D.C. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just because I've never seen it. I've only been there once, for that matter. And it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot, actually. I wasn't sure if I would. In my mind, I had a vision of one city. And I don't want to say I was far off the mark, but I only went to, is it the Javits Center? I can't remember what the one in D.C. is, for an ABA conference for the books. The books. You know those books? And, I got to see a little part of the city. I went to Marrakesh. I think I've told you the story before. If I have, just skip forward a few minutes. But the owner of the store, my boss, my friend Danny, brought us all. Him, Kathy, his wife, and Chuck was there as well. And it was weird because it was a weird situation. We ended up coming up and we got hit in traffic coming into D.C. Chuck drove on the way up. I drove on the way back, I think. And we were driving to the hotel and we saw Danny and Kathy broken down in the middle of the highway. It was crazy. So we pulled to this middle lane and went back. Are you guys all right? Da, 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 da. They said, yeah, we got a truck coming. But Marrakesh is a... Oh God, what is it? Indian, Thai? I can't remember what it is. It's it's Moroccan. It's a Moroccan restaurant. These doors are built into this warehouse-looking building. There's a guy outside, usually just kind of hanging out. And if you know about it, or if you can speak the language, there's a sign there. I'm pretty sure there's a sign in English as well. I don't remember it though. And when you step in through these wooden doors, it's just like a whole new world. It's so crazy. I don't want to say the word authentic, but it's genuine. It's, and they serve you, I believe it's a 7-course meal with no silverware. I think that's why I told you the story before, because I fucking hate eating food without silverware. It drives me crazy. I'm gonna kill my dogs tonight, as every other night. And the food was good. The whole experience, though, just the way you're served, the way you eat, the way they entertain. They come out as belly dancers, and it was just so crazy weird. Even the bathrooms and everything, it was stepping out of the United States and into another country. It was just unremarkable. Just, I'm sure that's how it is, because I know everything about traveling the world and going to Morocco. Love to go to Morocco. If I'm not mistaken, there's a ferry you can take between Morocco, and it's either somewhere in Italy or southern Spain. And how cool would it be to like live in Europe and be able to travel? I know we talk about this a lot, and I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, but I'd love to live somewhere in Central Europe, like Sweden or something. Sweden would be perfect. And be able to just, country hop and like taste different cultures and foods and stuff like that. That's just something I would love to do. And I hope I have the opportunity to do that long term, 10 years, 5-10 years. And really experience that and really be able to experience that. Because, like, I don't mean to sound like poor me. I know I say this all the time. But, like, when you have no money, like, you can't experience a lot of things. You can drive around if you get the money for gas, for that matter. But, like, when we moved here, I thought we'd see West Virginia, North Carolina. I thought we'd drive to Florida by now. We've been here 10 years and we haven't driven. We're only halfway there. Like, I remember friends of mine driving from Massachusetts to Florida in 24 hours and just going straight through. Like, that's crazy shit, man. All due respect. I mean, now I'm lazy and old, like, and have multiple kids that would be in the car. So, driving 14 hours in the current conditions without air conditioning in either car, especially this time of year, I don't know what I'd rather have happen to me, but it's pretty terrible. I'm pretty sure it's bad. So I was flipping around. I didn't really leave the house much today. I went to the grocery store twice, and apparently there's this record 23. I'm reading this off of the page. $23.6 billion verdict reached in the Big Tobacco lawsuit. That's a lot of money. How long is it going to be? This is why I think marijuana will be federally illegal within the next probably 5 years, I'd say. Things like this. If this keeps happening, they're going to have to start coming up with money. I'm not saying that they're not the biggest industry in the world. They very well might likely be. I'd have to look it up. But I'm sure Big Tobacco makes enough money that, like, enough of those has got to hurt them. I mean, even if you're a trillionaire, $23.6 billion is, well, 2.3% of that? That's big. I mean, 3% can hurt a company big time. So, where are they going to turn? I think that's why we're seeing these testing grounds. Like, I'm not saying that the people didn't legitimately vote it into legalization, but it would not surprise me in the least if you found out that, like, these numbers keep getting fudged around, basically. And I think you'll eventually see California do it. I don't know if it'll be in the next election. Colin Moriarty brought up a good point about this being an off year for the Democrats, because the political party that's in power the first 2 years, that's like the Democratic year for us, if you're a Democrat. The next 2 years are usually Republican years because they're criticizing everything that got done in the first 2 years. And this is usually where you see a turn in Congress, which Congress isn't doing shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that's why I wonder. I think this is a true test. If it goes legal in November in California, which it's already pretty much legal. I mean, from what I talk about, what I see online, everywhere, it's pretty much legal. There's doctors on the side of, like, Venice Beach, like just go in, get a prescription, go to the next store and get your weed. Like, and cops, like, I remember about 20 years ago, even then, you were only getting fined. It was like a $150 fine, $125 fine, which is pretty steep. But as long as you were an asshole to a cop, I've known a few people in California that used to get caught with it on the beaches. And they rather see that on the beach than glass bottles on the beach. So, I mean, I think if we see it go through in California this year, there are big plans. Big Tobacco has big plans. Getting their hands on, or just switching their freaking half of their fields over to it. I mean, they must be a huge draw. With vaporizers, e-cigarettes, legalization of marijuana, I think you're going to see less and less tobacco products like this. Although it's funny, like, when I used to smoke, I used to try everything that would come out. I told you this. The Marlboro Extra Lights, it was like dirty air. Barely. It was just like breathing in Taunton. So I still see a lot of varieties. Like, I go through it's register 17 at Walmart. That's the speedy lane that everybody's too lazy to walk down to. So usually that one has the least amount of people in the whole store. Today there was like 4 people in front of me. And I was like, what the fuck? And it went fast. For once, everything just went smooth. And so that's great, and that's fantastic, and I didn't walk out with a bad story. But I started thinking, it's only a matter of time before you start seeing, I don't know if you'll see a 20-pack of weed, though. Because, I mean, although they can probably sell it for less than most people can now, will they? Probably not. But most people will go through legal means, unless they give you the ability to grow it. And that's what I don't think you're ever going to see, because they want control of it. So you'll see the legalization of possession. That's fine. You want to own it? That's fine. You're going to buy it from us. I think that's what you're going to see. And to me, I don't want to see it go down that way. However, on the flip side of the coin, I do want to see it legalized. Like, federally, across the board, I want this stupid taboo to go away. And I want truths to come out and, tests to be done on diseases and stuff to see what the shit can do. Legally, federally, legally. Which just kind of sucks that I'm against the federal government on that. It's very Republican of me. What do you think about that? That's what I think, personally. And what do you think about this? I know most of you that I talked to preferred the set like this. Like, you can see stuff. I'm testing this light out. If you guys like that light, let me know. I'll keep it. If not, that other little light will go back on. If you preferred the crimson curtains, which are over here right now, then let me know and I'll put them back here. I honestly don't care either way. This is kind of fun. It's very clean right now, so, or for the most part. Actually, that bin I was too lazy to bring upstairs. Let's get some art in it. But I cleaned under here. That's all my current art and portfolios and paper and important documents. Do you have a job, sir? So, yeah, a little ukulele. It's just kind of fun. I mean, I wish I tried. I've got a little table here. It's probably about 12 inches by 36 inches that I had lined up here. And I had the camera here, and I was going to put the microphone here, and I was going to sit here. And obviously, you would have been a lot closer to the background, so you could have seen more detail. I think I could do that. It would be a little bit more work, though. I just have to set up the lights on the rear thing. You'd probably get a glimpse of them that way, which, whatever. It's not like this is a professional setup here, man. These are literally $6 clip-on lights with some tracing paper over them. And this is a mic that I got for free from my friend Bob Melanson, if I haven't mentioned that. I think I may have. But I think it's fun seeing the things that, like, even I was having fun today looking at stuff going, ooh, I should put this here, I should put that there. I have a bunch of alcohol bottles up there. There's the Kraken, an actual bottle of Kahlua, which I don't have very often. Jack Daniels in the green. I don't know why they did it in the green for a little while, which I love Jack Daniels. I can take a shot of Jack Daniels every now and again. It warms the belly, especially in the winter. It's great. Scotch is like that for me, too, I've noticed, too. The very few times that I've enjoyed Scotch, it's always been, like, cold weather. It's never been, like, the middle of summer. And I don't care that you can see the mic here, because you know it's here. It's not like my voice is just being captured by this invisible object. Yeah, and then there's a Sailor Jerry bottle of rum that Corey bought last time he came to visit, which I finished that off. That's long gone. I'll have to buy one if he ever comes to visit, the fucking jerk. Just kidding, Corey. And a bottle of Tanqueray. Sipping on gin and juice, bitches. I want to talk, maybe not right now, maybe on the next one. I have 2 ideas. So, stick around for the next episode. If you don't forget to make someone smile tomorrow. Make yourself a better person than you were today, tomorrow. and let's make the world spin a little happier together. I'm Jason Oliveira. This is The Road to 40. Please come back in a few moments. I can have a second episode up tonight, or at least by the morning. And